The IMF have agreed on a $14 to $18 billion bailout for Ukraine. The agreement, announced on Thursday, is intended to help the heavily indebted ex-Soviet republic stabilise its economy after anti-government protests, which resulted in the overthrow of President Viktor Yanukovich and a standoff with Moscow in which Russia annexed the Crimea region. But the programme of reforms that accompanies the support, and which the IMF says is necessary to get the economy back on track and avoid a debt default, may be painful for the population and the new government at a time of crisis and uncertainty.
The financial support from the broader international community that the program will unlock.
Програма розблокує фінансову допомогу від усіх від основних фінансових установ.
This financial support amounts to $27 billion over the next 2 years.
Це обсяг цього розблокування передбачатиме розблокування 27 мільярдів доларів у ці наступні 2 роки.
Out of this, assistance from the IMF will range between $14 and $18 billion.
І з цієї суми приблизно 14-18 мільярдів доларів це буде охоплено програмою МВФ.
With the precise amount to be determined once all bilateral and multilateral support is accounted for.
The Ukrainian parliament has to sign off on the conditions in the package. It's expected to vote on it later on Thursday. The agreement is also subject to approval by IMF management and the executive board, which will consider it in April. Conditions sought by the fund include allowing the national currency, the hryvnia, to float more freely against the dollar, increasing the price of gas for the domestic consumer, overhauling finances in the energy sector, and following a more stringent fiscal policy. Announcing the agreement in the Ukrainian capital, Georgiev declined to say how big the initial tranche of aid would be. Kiev has said it desperately needs cash to cover expenses and avert a possible debt default. The country's finance minister has predicted the economy will contract 3% this year.